looking for a bit more to do in Black Ops 4, fortunately, you don't have long to wait, as this upcoming week is actually going to be jam-packed with new things to play around with. And I know at times it may seem like there's not much an update can do, but what we have this week with a new operation and everything that comes along with it is quite literally the biggest update that we'll have had in months for Black Ops 4. So for what it's worth, it is one of the biggest weeks in COD coming up, and I'm excited to share that content and information with you. So today, we're going to be breaking down the 12 things that you should look out for in Black Ops 4 this week, and of course, if you are interested in all that's to come, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the big changes coming up. We'll of course be breaking down all of it this week and keeping you in the know, and with nearly 58% of viewers not subscribed, maybe consider it. I like to keep as many of you as possible in the loop, so this will make sure you don't miss a single video. But regardless, with a big week up on deck, let's jump into those 12 things. First up, let's start out with the smaller things that don't necessarily affect the coming weeks, but are things that you don't want to miss out for, because as we're doing this now on a Sunday as compared to Mondays that we normally do, there's actually a little bit of things we can talk about that haven't expired by this point. So that said, first thing, it is your last chance for the double XP weekend here. Treyarch ended up activating double XP and double merits for multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies, so if you guys want to jump in and take advantage of that, you have until 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to jump on and try and maximize your ranking up. Additionally, in that same regard, it's the last chance for the free DLC weekend. Earlier this week, we ended up seeing on Friday, Treyarch actually gave access to all 4 DLC maps so far with the Black Ops Pass to everybody. Regardless of if you had the Black Ops Pass or not, you can end up playing the maps of Madagascar, Elevation, Lockup, and Casino. This is kind of their way of marketing the upcoming maps, but to a broader audience that may not necessarily really consider using those DLC expansions. A lot of the more casual players you won't necessarily encounter have the Black Ops Pass, so this is their way of giving them a little bit of a taste of it. So if you have the Black Ops Pass, you might have noticed you've gotten maybe a larger influx of the regular players, or noobs if you want to call them that, as of this weekend, but that's going to be going away as of tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time as well. Now, talking a little bit more about the bigger things here to lead us into what is eventually tomorrow and Tuesday, it's the last couple of days of Operation Grand Heist. And not to go into detail about every little nook and cranny of the operation, but it's your last chance to get things like hitting tier 100 and getting all 3 of those DLC weapons. It's your last chance to get things from the shop in special order for this last operation. All 10 weeks will be refreshing out and a new slate will be introduced with the next operation. It's your last chance for things presumably like Hot Pursuit that were introduced as well. So there's a lot of different things that will be going away as of Tuesday, so make sure that you end up jumping in and trying to take advantage as much as possible with these things that are still there while they last. I know a lot of people were talking about in the comments how they had a little bit more to go on their contraband stream, to which if you end up taking advantage of the tier skips for zombies and MP, you'll probably be able to knock out 2 of those, plus a little bit of in-game playtime can progress that a little further as well. So here's to wishing you guys all the best if you still have a little bit to grind out, but again, that's going to be going away as of Tuesday. And one thing that I will say to kind of round out that little topic is save your reserve cases if you haven't done so already, so you can end up getting a head start on the reserve content that is to be coming in the next couple of days. We're going to have new stuff introduced, which we'll talk about here in just a second, but that's something you can do to get a little head start again. It might not necessarily grant you all the best stuff, but thinking about it, if you can get a reserve sticker now or a reserve sticker with the chance of getting something that is newer as of Tuesday, I'd take holding that off for the chance of newer content any day. Now here's where we start to get into the bigger stuff. Let's start out with what we're going to see tomorrow on Monday, and which is actually why we're doing this things to look out for here now on a Sunday rather than our normal Monday upload. First things first, we're going to have a live stream from Treyarch. This was already fully announced and confirmed. It's going to start at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or noon, 3 p.m. Eastern, or 7 p.m. GMT, and will feature Matt Schrantz, Miles Leslie, Mark Mestis, Craig Houston, and David Vonderhaar to preview the upcoming content and to give players a look at what is coming just over the horizon on the following day for PlayStation 4. With this, Treyarch has detailed and confirmed that they will be showing off new MP gameplay, the new Zombies Gauntlet, an update for League play, and new Blackout additions, along with many other things. As with their other previous event streams, I'd expect this to maybe be about an hour-long live stream, or relatively in line with that timetable. Not necessarily exactly 1 hour, but close enough that that's kind of the benchmark. We'll be seeing developer commentary and worldwide reveals for that content coming up for the next operation, and there's bound to be probably a surprise or 2 hidden in there as well. One thing that I would also expect is maybe the operation roadmap being along with this live stream as well. That was tremendously helpful with Operation Grand Heist to kind of have a little bit of a general understanding as to what's going to be coming throughout the next operation, and though it did in some regard create some timing issues, it was still nice to see a general understanding of what's all coming within that next month and a half or so. Additionally, I would expect them to finally reveal the operation title, because still to this this day, just now roughly 36 to 40 hours away from the event, and when you may be watching this, we still have absolutely no idea the name of the operation. I know that there are things that said Strike from the Shadows from that first longer teaser on Thursday, but I don't think that's necessarily the title of the operation. Last event, Grand Heist, ended up being revealed a few days earlier via some leaks, but again, still to this day, we have nothing that really indicates the actual name and subsequently the theme of the event at large. Grand Heist indicated a cops and robbers theme for the event, and where we got some cool classic outfits and such, playing on the pop culture references of things like 70s cop shows, and of course, a lot tied into the actual gameplay itself, with Hot Pursuit being literally a game of cops and robbers at its core, but that's something that I'd expect to be revealed probably with tomorrow's live stream as well. And especially, I would expect it to be revealed tomorrow if what we talk about next happens, that being an actual trailer for the event. Personally, I'm expecting this to premiere either during the live stream at the beginning or the end, or maybe just on its own shortly thereafter. This is something that Grand Heist was also that most recent one that we got. That actually debuted on the 18th of February, whereas the actual event started on the 19th. So with it being one day beforehand, that's something that would maybe follow suit here with this next operation and a trailer coming as of tomorrow. But that's all pre-promotion stuff. That's all things to prep players for what is going to be the big icing on the cake, the update that will add in everything on Tuesday. To which the next thing is update 1.17. This is probably when we'll see the newest title update kick in. It is possible that we see it tomorrow, but given the track record of things, I'd imagine it's more so released on Tuesday. We did end up seeing that there was a sort of preload type of deal with Absolute Zero, where we saw that we could download the update, and even some features went live, such as some tuning passes on that Monday before the event, and then that Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, was more so just a time gate where more things would actually unlock, and so therefore you could actually watch things count down and shift over, and I think you could actually do that with Grand Heist, because the actual update went live earlier than 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But regardless, there looks to be a title update 1.17 rolling around this Tuesday for the new event, and with that, of course, will be introduced from everything between the new maps, new contraband stream, new reserve content, new modes in Blackout, zombies, MP, and everything from a more visible approach to the more analytical back-end things like weapon tuning that will also be changing the meta of the game. The biggest thing to come out of that, of course, is the new event launch on Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern, and 5 p.m. GMT. That's when we'll end up seeing a new theme to Black Ops 4, a new specialist introduced, which by all indications so far, it looks like Spectre is coming to the game as the newest introduction to the specialist roster. And personally, I think we're going to see the katana or sword and the smoke grenade as the tactical and lethal introduced. I don't necessarily see that C4 being added in. I think that's just shown off for cinematic purposes of it, but we'll end up seeing a new contraband stream, probably again 100 new tiers with a couple of new weapons introduced, possibly that Mini 14, unfortunately, taking the place of what previously would be a brand new weapon outside of that. New reserve content, a new shop, new special orders coming. Misty is of course confirmed for this week. We already know that one. That's going to refresh out on Tuesday, and among many other things. So that new operation is going to be kicking off on Tuesday. That again is the next biggest part here for this. And then outside of that, breaking down into some more concentrated areas of the discussion here with that, MP is going to be getting new maps, modes, and changes coming on Tuesday as well. We have 3 maps coming with the Black Ops Pass. It looks like WMD is returning from Black Ops 1, coming back into Black Ops 4. One that looks to take place in the mountainous regions, possibly following some of the Norse mythology, as we see Odin in one flash of the teaser that we got for that, and one that looks to take place in seemingly a summer parade with a bunch of floats around and things like that. So those will be coming for Black Ops Pass holders as of Tuesday. We'll end up seeing new modes introduced. Prop Hunt is confirmed to be this coming week's featured game mode as well, and Treyarch even teased the new logo for Prop Hunt as well with their most recent profile picture update. Then we end up seeing maybe we have CTF that was leaked a while back and could be coming at some point during the operation, but that's the tinfoil hat prediction. There's nothing that points explicitly to that happening yet. Also, we'll end up having that new weapons tuning pass go live on Tuesday. That was confirmed by Treyarch over on Reddit a couple of days ago, saying that it's going to be live on April 30th, coinciding again with update 1.17. As for Blackout, we'll end up seeing a few changes and additions here with this one. New additions are already officially announced, as with that live stream, they ended up saying verbatim that there would be those, but I would imagine that it's a new POI, maybe a redesign of some sorts if that flood theory actually does happen, because that one teaser looked to show Spectre blowing up Hydro Dam in the Blackout map. Ambush is still yet to return, so that's something that we may be seeing coming soon as well, possibly launching with a new operation. And we also referenced that we may see some new quality of life changes with the new stash UI and how you can actually back out using the circle or B button coming to console as well. Vonderhart tweeted about that a couple of times, and we haven't seen any mention of it just yet, but still possible for it to happen. Zombies will end up having some changes and additions as well. The Dead of the Night Gauntlet looks to be a thing coming first and foremost. That was also teased again by Treyarch's profile picture showcasing that logo that we see for Dead of the Night. And also we end up having factions having been mentioned earlier in Operation Grand Heist by Treyarch over on Twitter, but it hasn't officially been mentioned just yet in this promo period for the next operation. So maybe we end up seeing this launch with it, but it might be more likely that it launches sometime during the life cycle within the first couple of weeks after the actual operation launch. Though, of course, we have no definitive information on that just yet, so it could be one or the other, but it's going to be coming in Operation 4. Then also League play changes were mentioned among other things earlier by Treyarch, in which this might just refer to the length and the duration of how League play events are handled. Developer Tony Flame ended up talking on Twitter about how he was considering kind of reverting back from week-long operations to more so quicker bursts of 3 to 5 days for each of those League play events. And also with the new skill divisions in play, it's a little different than that of the original League play launch, but still, I don't know if that's necessarily exact changes that I would hope to see for League play. Again, I'd like to see some elo-based ranking systems in place, as that rewards players for actually more so skill rather than just the amount of time they can put in to actually grinding the ladder. It doesn't necessarily come down to skill, but more so who has the most time available to put in League play currently. But regardless, a change for League play is definitely going to be coming, and of course we'll have that more so detailed to us as of tomorrow. But those are the 12 things to look out for here in Black Ops for this upcoming week. Again, a much larger week compared to any of the weeks previously, and again, probably the largest since Grand Heist launch back in February. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to? Maybe I missed out on this list, anything that you're necessarily excited for that we mentioned here, maybe the maps, the new contraband stream, whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 4, MP, Blackout, Zombies. We got you covered the best of updates, news, information, tips, tricks, all that good stuff. So if any of that interests you, make sure that subscribe button. Of course, with Operation 4 just around the corner, we're gonna keep you guys up to date with absolutely all of it. So if you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with my site on YouTube. Practically live on both those. If you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. Well, that's it, out of the way. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Mine's Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.